Okay guys, welcome to this video. Make sure to subscribe. A quick recap. This is going to be part 2 of the Conference Champions League. After explaining a brief history about this competition, I am going to go into the teams. If you like this 2 series, I'm not going to expand this. But if you've been enjoying this content, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you ever want me to, make more of this, I might make more of this in a future video. So if you're enjoying this content, make sure to hit the like button. As I'm just going to do a quick recap. Obviously, some of the games haven't finished up. So we are just going to go down to the bracket here. So these are the teams that won, got knocked out. A lot of MLS teams are still in, obviously. So first off, we got Seattle beating the the Honduras side Mortgage, or I probably butchered that name, Mortgage. Seattle won this by 10 goals. So the first round goes by three games of I can't really say the name, I can't really pronounce it, but they play 3 games, and whoever gets the most goals basically wins the competition. So you can see that the team that scores 0 and the team at the end of the day who scores the most wins. And if they tie the game up, like if it's like 5-5, they have to score 6 if they're losing, because away goals, if one team scores 1 away goal and the other team can only manage to score, and tie it up, the other team advances on away goals because they have the advantage going into the second and third game, which makes it harder for teams to, score a lot. So this competition, you have to score a lot of goals, and if you don't, and if it's tied and someone else scores on the opposite side, that's losing, they get to, go to the next round on away goals. So this is another Honduras side. They would lose to the Club Mexican side, Leon, as Leon is a favorite in most tournaments they've been winning. They won about 5. Club America's won 18. And these are just Mexican sides, and they usually dominate. Down here we got Santos de Guatemala versus New York City FC, and New York City FC advanced, obviously. They shut them out, so there's really not much to talk about there. Colorado Rapids got into this tournament because this year it was a little bit different. Now, most years, I didn't really mention this on the other video about explaining this, but I'll just go over this briefly. So most years, the first, second, and third team don't qualify, but for this year, there was no Lamar Hunt because it was canceled due to the pandemic. So the third seed actually can make this tournament, and in this case, Colorado Rapids was like, they won the Supporter Shield. No, I think they were like second or so, and they got to qualify just because of the Lamar Hunt Trophy being canceled. But if that wasn't if that was still going on, then they probably wouldn't have made it in. But they were a favorite to win this anyway, and they lost to the combinations or commissions or whatever you want to call them, a team that just basically made it in as they made it in as basically a lower team, wasn't expected to go that far, and they did. And then this game got canceled. It was New England versus Cavalier. This game got canceled, so New England just kind of qualified for the next round. I think it was like delayed for a long time. They couldn't resume the game, and they just kind of decided, whoever won the first game, just move them on anyway. And that's what basically happened. It was delayed due to I think it was a rain delay, and it went on, all night long, and they couldn't actually play, so they just decided whoever won the first, which was New England, who won 3-0 in this tournament, because unfortunately the game couldn't continue. And they just did it, whoever won. So, even whoever was leading the first game just got to move on pretty much. This game right here was the Pumas versus a Costa Rica team. And Pumas won this one. They tied the first round. They got the goal differential, and they moved on. And then Forge FC, this is like a meme team. They just, they weren't going to beat Club Azul, and Club Azul beat them not handily. I'd say it's closer, but they still only scored 2 goals, and that's not going to be enough for them. Now, see at Montreal, they beat the Mexican side, Santos Laguna. Now, Santos Laguna is usually always a really good team. But they finished last place this year, and usually they're always at the top. And they've had a really rough season this year, and they're not the same team, and obviously Montreal kind of took advantage of that. Now, this is the quarterfinals, so this is Seattle's playing today right now. They are winning 1-0, by the way. They're probably going to move on to the second game. Now, how there's 3 tournaments to begin with, there's only 2. So whoever wins these 2 matchups, moves on instead of 3, I guess. And so New York City FC had a 3-1 lead. All right. Now they actually tied. So you know how it's tied 5-5? Well, they got to move on 4-2 because you can see the away goal differential. So New York City FC and the Honduras team. Honduras had 1 goal, right, in their away game, and the 2 is better than 1. So in that terms, basically in a way, differential, they got to move on because they had 2 in their away game and they only had 1. Honduras did. So New York City FC won an away game goals. Now, New England Revolution played last night versus Pumas. They choked away a 3-0 lead, and then they allowed 3 goals in a horrible game. That was a tough one, and they would lose after 2 penalty shootouts. The first one, a couple misses, goalies making saves. New England went over the crossbar now, and New England could not survive, as at the very end, to get the win or move on, Pumas capitalized on the chance that they had. Their top scorer put it left pocket right into the goal, and Pumas survives and are moving on. CF Montreal got handled, I would say easily. It was a little bit closer, but we weren't really expecting them to beat the Cruz Azul. Cruz Azul has also been top in this league too. They're still a really good team right now, and they're playing really good. They've always been at the top. They're one of the top teams in Mexico. Cruz Azul, Pumas, they've won a lot of tournaments for Mexico, and that's the reason why Mexico, even compared to Honduras and the United States, they've won 8 and Mexico's won 36. They're a big reason why. Now, going over those games, obviously it looks like Leon is going to lose to Seattle. It's pretty much bagged. Now, New York City FC will either play the winner of Seattle or Leon, and then Pumas is playing Club Azul. Now, this is what's going to happen, and it's a win-win for both teams, all right? So Mexico, you can see right there, Mexico is already guaranteed a spot because 2 teams of Mexicans are going to play, and which one wins is going to, move on as a Mexican side. But if Seattle plays New York City FC, it's a win-win, because that means that both Mexico and the United States will have a team that will qualify for the finals, which has happened before, and it might happen again. And that means that both teams, the United States and Mexico, will be playing in the finals, which would be interesting to see. New York City FC is picked to win this all, and Seattle, Seattle will be a tough out. But thank you for joining me for this CONCACAF Champions League. I hope I did enough to kind of recap and explain this for you guys. Now these videos are recorded on a Thursday, and I'll be posting them tomorrow, so they won't be coming out. These are just going to be re-recorded. But if you guys like this content, I will definitely go a little bit further and break down the finals game. Make sure to like and subscribe if you like this, and hit the thumbs up. Trying to get to 100 subscribers, so help me reach that goal. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.